Yes, fine. Any one of you having any queries? We already said that whatever the queries you people are having it, you can clarify here itself. Don't go with blindly. So we need to travel almost 2 months. So you have to ask the queries, whatever you have. Otherwise, you can ping in the chat. Okay. So the session should be like more user friendly. Then only everyone can easily understand it. So if no queries, we will proceed with the roles of a manual tester in any company. The duties of a tester. What are the day-to-day activities we are going to be performed in the real time as a tester? Okay. So before discussing about this, first of all, we have to come to know that. So the basic things, the minimum things you should understand that no one can provide this information. For example, you got a job, you people are attending the interview. Once you are attending the interview, so you got selected, you got a confirmation mail. So when you are going to be joining with the, for example, like there is a company called Infosys. Okay. So Vamani got selected. The joining date will be like next Monday. 9th is the joining date. So from the day one onwards, how it is going to be looks like we need to discuss it now. Okay. The first day, the HR people will interact with the employee and asking about the details, your mail ID, phone number, address, PAN card, all the details are going to be collected. And they said that the project manager will contact you regarding your project allocation. Okay. Once you join into the Infosys, so directly they won't give the project. Okay, it means the project manager is going to be looking for this vacancies. So there are different projects in the company now. So in this project, we have the test manager. For testing, we have a manager. This manager is requesting it. We need one resource for doing this, the testing, and he's going to be giving the information to the project manager. So this person is going to be looking at contact with the HR, and the HR will provide you the details. Now the project manager will going to be contact the employee directly, and who is going to be giving this information. You are assigned to X project. So once you are assigned to the X project, you are getting that emails to your Outlook. You are using the Outlook in the company. for the mail communication. We're using this Outlook. So once you are going to be getting this, your assignment will be started over here when you got project. You are assigned to a project. Once you are assigned to a project, the team manager, the test manager will going to be contacted by the company. Now we are working under this test manager. Okay. So you are the tester. So we have this different roles here. See, so companies by companies, the roles are going to be changing it. There is a PAT, program analyst trainee, program analyst, then associate, the senior associate, then finally we have test lead and the test manager. So we have different roles. So we have to focus on the roles here. Now, so once you got the confirmation or assigned to this project and the project the test manager will contact you, and while they are taking into the project, again they're conducting the interview. So, okay, whenever they're pulling into their project, the test manager will do that formal interview. So they are testing your knowledge, how much knowledge you have on the testing side, what are the tools you aware of it, you come across, they need to come to know. And they're going to be having that little bit interaction with the employee and the test manager. If everything is going fine, they can accept it and now. So this is going to be the things are going to be happened initially. Okay. Now. So after that, the test manager is going to be interacting the employee on the daily basis, and he's going to be providing this the KT on the project. You need to provide the KT. So what is meant by KT? The knowledge transferable session. They're going to be explaining about the project, the information about the project. So they are giving these KTs by, it depends like 1 week. Daily we have 1 hour. They're providing, some companies, they're providing this recorded videos. They can ask, just go through it. So they're going to be providing some time over here. Need to be focused on it. So after completion of this 1 week, they're providing this, the reverse KT. They're asking about the reverse KT. So whatever you understand about the project, you have to give this to KT to the whoever is going to be provided or the complete testing team is there. For the entire testing team, you have to give the KT about the project, whatever the knowledge you are going to be understand about the project. So this is going to be happened in the companies. Any company, this will be the process. So once you selected for the Infosys, so you have to assign to a particular project. Once you're assigned to the project, so they are going to be interacting with you. They are providing the KT. And meanwhile, they're asking to raise the laptop, request all these credentials, everything. So the process is going to be happening it in background along with this KTs, all your so introduction part, everything. So it is going to be happen. So once you're assigned to the project, you're introduced to the team members. Once you're introduced to the team members, then you are going to be start this KTs. One of the person who have already taken the KT, that person will provide the KT to you, or the test manager will provide the KT to you, or test lead will provide the KT. So this is going to be happen in the real time. So you people doesn't know about the real time flow. This time focusing on it. So everything is fine then. Sir, how the work is going to be allocated for the testers? So we have a team like 5 members. How the work is going to be allocating it? How can we come to know we are going to be allocating to the so work like that? So we have to focus on that part now. So that is also very important one. So nowhere you are getting this all information. Okay, very, very important. Just focus on that. So all these details are very crucial. So it will be placing a vital role once you got selected for any company. So you people already know it. So here, so try to understand this. Let us consider a small example here. Assume it. Basically, we people are looking for this, the training like manual plus selenium. So this will be the project. Okay. And these are the requirements related to the project. And so, for example, Anuradha is a customer. The customer need one project like manual plus selenium course, and these are the requirements. See here. So focusing on that, stay already giving that. Want to learn this manual testing. This manual testing and the timings will be provided and available at 8:30 a.m. Then here, so focusing on that, the duration will be like 60 days. So need this online training and so etc. So we have to focus on this, the materials, recording sessions, interview questions, assignments, and all this information. So there is a company here. This is a company, focusing on this company. In this company, the business analyst person will be there. Now, the business analyst person will gather this information from the customer. Once we are going to be gathered it, so after that, so the business analyst provide the details and the course fee and timings and everything, and we are going to be get a register for this course. So after registering this course, so this company has to provide this training. So in order to give the training, the company is already defined one process. So for example, see here in DURGASOFT having this approaches, different approaches they're following it. What is the approach they're following? For example, so there is a classroom training will be there here. So it will be like 75 days. So daily we have one and a half hour session. They're providing the notes and everything. It will be taking the time like that. Yeah, they're providing the same only, manual plus selenium. Then there will be like online. So it will be like 60 days. Here we are not providing any notes. We're sharing the material and the recording sessions like that. So same thing that providing this manual plus selenium codes. There will be like fast track batches. So in this fast track, they're focusing on the 30 days. Daily we have 2 hours or 2.5 hours. Here also we're focusing on this same manual plus selenium. And there will be like weekend sessions. So it will be like 10 weekends, like overall 10 days, 5 weekends. So daily we have 6 hours, Saturdays and Sundays, total 12 hours for the week. Same thing we are going to be providing it. So here, how they are defining this, each one will be call it as one model. So each one is call it as one model or the development approach or the training approach. So we have different approaches are defined by this the company. So now once you got registered, now based on your requirements, so you are saying it, you are available at 8:30 to 9:30. You are available for the 60 days. You require the online training. Then they will start developing that or working with the training by following this approach. Okay. So they can choose this type of approach or this type of training for the particular customer. Okay. Now, same like that in this software as well. So while developing an application, they are following the different methodologies or approaches. The current approach is agile methodology. Very, very important. So definitely they will ask the questions over here. Which methodology we are going to be following in your company for developing a software application? Okay, so we need to focus on this. There are different types. We will focus on it. So just this is the one of the model. So same like we are following this model for giving the training for the student. Same like that for developing a project, they are following this type of methodology of the model. So in this model, how the development is going to be happened, how the testing is going to be happened, you should come across it. That is the main thing. Okay. So what is the beauty of this methodology means? So here in this methodology, voice is not audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Someone saying that you can rejoin the session if voice is not audible. Fine. So here we are using this Agile methodology. So what is the beauty of this? This is that here the developers and the testers are working parallelly together to complete a particular task. So here task means one of the activity or one of the work. So there is no differentiation in this agile methodology. Like you are the senior person, I am the junior, like that. Every people will together work to complete a particular task. Okay, that we will discuss in detail in the coming classes now. So in Agile methodology, how the development is going to be happened. So we are going to be giving at high level. So we can understand that. Assume it, there is a project having this 200 requirements. Okay, 200 functionalities. The requirements are nothing but the functionalities. So again, what is functionalities here? So we already discussed about that. For Flipkart, see here, there is a sign in, there is a card, became a seller, grocery, mobile, fashion, like they're asking for 200 things to develop in this Flipkart. That is what we need to focus on it. Each one comes under one functionality or one requirement. So in order to develop these 200 functionalities, it will take, for example, like 2 years time. This is the time they're giving it for developing these 200 functionalities. So for example, this is a project. So these are the requirements. In Agile methodology, what exactly those people are doing it? So they divide the duration into some intervals. Okay, the entire duration will be divided into some intervals. So here, each interval we are going to be call it as like one sprint. Okay, this will be call it as a sprint. So we have a sprint 0. So sprints are iterations or cycles, first cycle, second cycle, like that. The duration will be like 3 weeks. So 3 weeks in the sense 15 working days. In this 15 working days, they are decided to develop 30 functionalities or 30 requirements here. How they decided so 30 should be developed in this 15 days based on the team size. So based on the team size, they decided to develop it. And once the sprint is in this sprint, the development and testing for these 30 requirements should be completed. That is the goal of the sprint. So what is the goal of the sprint here? We need to develop this 30 functionalities and the 30 functionalities will be tested. So within this sprint duration. So here we need to focus on that. So this is the sprint 0. Whenever the sprint 0 is completed, the end users able to see this, the working model of the project. That is the beauty of this agile model. In other models, you don't have an option to see the product, end product. So we can go with this, the release, we can do this, the release 1 or release 2, whatever this 30 we developed it, we can give the demo to the customer. So the cart will be developed like this. So this is how the cart is working like that. The developers will give the demo. So now if they want to change, they are asking to any changes for this one. The changes will be made in the sprint 1. So we have a sprint 1. In this sprint 1 also, they are going to be decided some of the requirements are the user stories. So how? So based on the size of the user story as well. Some are the big ones, some are the small functionalities. Say the card is very big one, the groceries will be the small ones like that. Based on that and the team size, they decided this, the count of the functionalities. If anything are missing in the sprint 0, that will be carried forward in the sprint 1. So that will be also possible. They can carry forward it. Like this, the implementation of a project is going to be happened. The first version, the second version, everything the customer is able to feel it. So that is a reason nowadays all the companies are using this agile methodology. Agile methodology. Now I will show you that nowadays. So in agile methodology, for example, you people are aware of this, the Google Maps. Now coming to this, the Google Maps, there is one requirement here. So what about this, the plus and minus here? What it is? So the plus and minus will be the same plus and minus only like, right? So what all are these? Did anyone know about that? Yes, guys, please respond it.
Lat long.
No, those are not lat long. This is like lat long, listing and nothing numbers. So here the zoom in and the zoom out buttons here. Okay, this will be like zoom out. This will be like zoom in. So for this Google Maps, we have one of the requirement like zoom in. The customer is asking, I need a zoom in button for this project or application. How this zoom in will be looks like, how this user stories will be available. Basically, in the companies, we have this, the business analyst person will be there. The business analyst person will communicate with the customer based on that. So now there are 200 requirements. For these 200 requirements, the business analyst person is working on it. They can provide this, the detailed information. So in the user story wise, like first user story, one of the requirement will be like zoom in. So nowadays, so they're using the terms in Agile called the user stories. User stories are the requirements will be common. See, in real time, we are using a tool called Zira tool. In this tool, they are having the information. I'm showing the example of my thing. This is the Azure board. It will be acting like as same like a Zira. Just focus on it. See, this is the title of the user story, other requirement. And so we have the number 60045. In Agile, we have a daily call will be there. That is called like stand-up call like that. Daily call, 24 by 7 we have a call. So like, so every day we have the call. In that call, they're asking about the status. What are you doing it? We have to speak on this. So I'm working on this so and so user story, 60045 user story. The work is in progress, whatever the work we are performing it. Okay. That we will discuss later in detail about that. Now we need to focus on the user story. So the user story are the requirement. So already given this, the flip cart, there is a cart, the cart related information provided over here. Same here for the Google Maps, there is a zoom in. See how they are giving it. So the first one, the given, when and then. The given is a precondition, when is a required action, and then should be showing that the output, the expected results. So the user is on the map. Now I am on the map. Like that, you have to understand that while you are performing the testing. User taps on the zoom in button. So now I'm tapping on this, the zoom in button one time. The map will be reflected by level 1. So it will be performing that one zoom action. That is what they're saying over here. So I can go through that. I can understand that. Okay. Whenever they developed it, this functionality I am giving for the testing. Now I have to verify first the zoom in button is there or not. And I'm clicking on the zoom in button. Whenever I click on it, the map will be reflected by level 1. This is what we need to test in the future. So like that, you need to understand it. And already giving it. So whenever this is going to be assigned with your name, see there is a name here. So whenever it is assigned with your name, it will be moving to your Outlook. Okay, you will get an email. So you are assigned to so and so work. So basically, for every requirement, so we have 4 tasks that will be discussed here. Okay. So for this testing side, we have 4 tasks. So for the zoom in, so we have developer task will be there, and we have the tester task will be there. So these tasks are created by the test manager. The first task is like user story analysis. The second task is like test design. And the third task will be like test review. And the fourth task will be like test execution. Whenever it is assigned with my name, I'm getting that email. So you are assigned to particular task. In real time, we are calling it as like task or ticket. You will get the ticket number. Okay, that I will show you here. So this is a map. They will provide it. See the task here, the user story understanding and clarification, test design, test review, and test execution. Whenever it is assigned with my name, so it is going to be getting an email and see the statuses. So this is a user story. It is in testing now. Everything is controlled by this tool only. Now, if anyone can go through the tool, they can understand this. This is assigned to me and it is in progress. One task is active, test execution is in active state. So it means so and so person is currently working on it. So if you got any bug here, you will raise the bugs. Below us the bugs. So these are the defects. That process I will explain from the beginning to ending in the real time. So in the coming classes, this is what we are going to be learning it. So the real time training, okay. So see, so these are the tasks and this will be the statuses. So based on that, we need to work it. Whenever it is assigned to you, you will get an email. Now you have to open that email. Once you're opening it, you are able to see this user story. Now we have to read that. We need to understand that. See the second scenario. So user is on the map. User pinches by using 2 fingers. The map is zoomed proportionately. If you're opening in mobile, right, we're expanding this image, we're minimizing it by using 2 fingers. That is what they're saying it. And the third one is the user is on the map. User reaches the maximum zoom level. The map will be disabled. The zoom in button should be disabled. So these operations, they can give in the image. This is a sample image, or we can go ahead with this. This is a sample design document. Yesterday we discussed about the phases, right? What are the SDLC phases? Just requirement gathering, planning, designing. In design, they will give you the blueprint. This is the blueprint. Okay. You can play with that blueprint as well. So you can perform this is the right side corner. We have zoom in and zoom out buttons. So you can play it and we can understand it. Instead of that, I'm showing over here. Now I'm clicking on this, the zoom in button. So see, now 5 times or 6 times, the zoom in button is grayed out. We cannot do the further zoom in actions. So here we have to focus on that. So this is how the user stories are giving for the testing. They will give you the design document. You can read it and explain, or you can play in the design document. You will come to know that if you click on zoom in here, this map will be level performed by zoom in or level 1. So we need to focus on that. So like that, we are getting the user stories nowadays. You have to read it, understand it. So once you are understand it, so we need to focus on this, the rules of a manual tester. The first rule is analyzing the requirements. Requirements are user stories. So by assigning the task with your name, automatically you are getting that an email to your Outlook. So you are assigned to so and so task. You have to do the activity. By go through that, open this, and you can read it, understanding it. While you are understanding it, you may get that query. So for example, so you have to go through that. The zoom in. The zoom in button is grayed out. The last scenario. So you have a confusion. Sir, how many times I need to click on this, the zoom in button? So when it is going to be grayed out, 5 times or 6 times or 7 times. So you are asking about the query. So while you have any queries, we need to maintain that one template called RCN template. So we need to maintain this. An Excel sheet. There we can post all our queries in this Excel sheet. And we have to connect with the BA. So to clarify all these queries, the queries we are discussing with the BA. So there are 5 team members. All people are assigned with the different user stories. If all are having the queries, we will have this sheet in the shared drive. They can post all the queries in one Excel sheet. While we are discussing, they are connecting with this PA. They're conducting one meeting, half an hour or 1 hour. They're creating one Teams meeting. So on this time, we will connect all together, ask all the queries, and understand this, whatever the queries you have. So this is the second rule as a tester. Then once we are understanding it, you have to start. So writing the test cases. So you have to understand that. So you need to focus on this, writing the test scenarios and test cases. Very important throughout our career. So we are focusing on this, the test scenarios and the test cases. So we will focus on this today. So what is meant by a scenario and what is meant by a test case? So the general meaning of this. So the scenario will explain what are the functionalities to be tested in this application. See, for example, in the zoom in, right? What are the things when you are validating it? There are 3 scenarios. One is like the zoom in button by pinching 2 fingers and the zoom in button grayed out. These are the 3 scenarios. In zoom in, we are validating these 3 different scenarios. That is what we need to identify it. So what to test in the zoom in? So you have to explain it. So for example, there is a classroom. What to test in the classroom? So we are testing the shades, lights, fan, each and everything comes under the scenario. Simply, we can say that what to test will explain the scenario. Coming to this, the test cases. The test case will explain the procedure for validating this each and every functionality. So the procedure for the validating the functionalities. We're focusing on it. So for example, so in simple words, we can define that how to test it. Scenario will be explain what to test. The test case will be explaining that how to test it. The Gmail will be discussing. For example, there is a login. The Gmail login is working or not. We need to validate it. So this is a scenario. How we are going to be tested? the Gmail is going to be working properly or not, on what basis we are going to be validating it. So you have to write it. So in order to test that, first we have to open that any browser, then enter the URL of the Gmail. After entering this Gmail URL, then we have to enter the username, then enter the password. Then we have to click on login. So see here, this is a processor for validating it. Once the developer is developed, I will follow this procedure. If I'm able to log in, then we can say that the login is working fine. If I'm not able to log in here, if I'm not able to enter the password, whenever I'm giving the correct password, it is saying that wrong password. All these are comes under the defects. You have to raise a defect to the developer. The login is not working. While I'm entering this correct username and password and click on login, the application is not responding it. It is showing this. So error message, the so and so error message like that. So we need to focus on that. So like this, for every functionality, you have to prepare the test cases before going to be testing it. So that is the duty. Once you are understanding it, your task will be like go for the test design. Once your design is completed, the TL will review it. So the manager, the test manager will review it, whether these test cases are properly written or not. For writing the test cases, we are maintaining a sheet. So in this sheet, so we are going to be writing it. Okay. So we need to focus on that. That we will discuss in the coming classes, how we need to write the test cases. So what need to be mentioned in the test cases like this, we will discuss in the coming classes one by one. So writing the test cases, then we have to go ahead with this. We need to review the test cases. The test cases reviews will be happen internally first among the team members. So among the team members, if any person will provide the suggestion or modification, we will modify it. Then we will take an appointment with our test manager. Then finally, the test manager is going to be review it. So here you have to understand that. So this is about that test case reviews. Once review is done, then so we are waiting for the application. Once the developer is developed, we will go for the text execution. We are going to be performing this, the following the test case steps on the application. Then we will validate it, whether we are able to logging into this application. All each functionalities are going to be properly working or not. So we have to validate it, finding the defects. Then we have to report the defects to the developer. Then once the defects are resolved, we have to perform this, the retesting, whether the reported defect is going to be resolved or not. Like this process will be continued for all these the test cases for successfully executed or not, and the major reported defect should be resolved. Like this, we have to complete this, the testing activities. In any company, we have this 4 tasks. So we have to perform all these activities, whatever this we discuss it. So these are the roles. That is the reason The testing is very easy to carry forward it. So for example, if you got purchased any washing machine TV, they are giving the user manual. The user manual is nothing but a test case. So by understanding this, we are preparing the document. So we are following the same document for testing it. So in Agile, we discuss about that the sprint duration like 15 days. Within these 15 days, what the tester will do it, we'll discuss it by tomorrow. So what are the activities? First week, what we are doing it. Second week and third week, what are the works we are going to be performing it. So same work only. So here, these are the roles. So how it is going to be happen with all these 3 weeks, we will discuss it one by one. So this is the rules of a manual tester in any company. They will provide everything to us. We are understanding it. Accordingly, we have to test it so that if it is working, it's working fine. If it is not working, then we can raise a defect. So ask the developers to resolve it. It is not working as expected as per the customer requirements. You have to modify it or rebuild that application or functionality. Once they rebuild it, modified it, again we have to test it whether it is working fine or not. If it is working fine, then we have to close the defect. Then how we are closing the defects, how we are raising the bugs, we will discuss one by one in the coming classes. So that's it for this today's class. So tomorrow we will see that. So for 3 weeks, what exactly the tester is going to be performing it day wise. We will discuss it one by one. Any confusion, any queries till now? You can ask. I hope you understand it. You will not get anything anywhere. You can check in. So wherever you want to check it. So this information is not provided at all. Okay. Tomorrow you will get clear picture again, day wise, what we have to do it. This is how the testers are assigning to the work and we need to complete it. So yes, still anyone having any confusion, any queries,
Sir,
whatever the queries. Yeah.
what is report depot in seventh number?
Which one?
Seventh report depot
So it
on
is
the
not
screen.
report default. So report the defects. Okay.
Okay.
You need to find the defects. Once you find it, you have to report it. The developer. Okay. Yes. No, there is no weekend batches. Just I'm giving this. You can't pay for that. Okay. Those are the models, different ways for developing that, for giving the trends.
Sir, one more thing. During the live class, are we supposed to make notes or we are supposed to use the material provided by the institute in PDF format?
If you need that, you can write it. Otherwise, you can just listen the class. You can follow the material. It depends on your interest.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
If you are an habit, you can keep a running notes. If you're not able to do it, you can refer in the materials. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That is your thing. Okay. Any subject related queries, any confusion you have, you can ask. We will clarify it. You have a recording, you can refer that if you miss this running notes as well.
Okay.
So already said that this is how the real time work. I am focusing on the real time training only. You can refer anywhere, you will not get all this information. No one can provide this one. Very important one. From the day one, what the testers will do it, how it is going to be getting the task assigned, the works are assigning to the testers, how we can come to know that the particular work is going to be completed like that. So whenever your work is completed, so we are providing this information task. For every task, they will give the time as well. How many days you need to go to complete this, all 4 activities. That we will see by tomorrow, how the timings are giving it, what time they are providing it, on what basis per time they're given to complete this testing, how many days, everything we will discuss it. I don't know about that,
Is
but
there any provided in the content, sir?
yes, we'll share the content already shared with you, right? So this is the content we are following it. So day-wise, we need to focus on that. Okay, after completion of it, we'll go ahead with this selenium. Okay. This is the content. Yes. Sorry. Still, some people are having any questions, any confusion, you can let me know. Yes, I can share with you. We can share in this chat. You can access it, okay? Yeah, already shared. Just check it once. Fine. So please register soon. You'll get all these things, okay? Yes, Lavanya, Ramini, Vinay, Vaishali, Uma, Srinivas, Pavani, Mahesh, Vipin, Gayatri.
So what's the RCN template?
So that's what going forward you will come to know the requirement clarification note. While you are understanding that in the user story, you may get any queries. You can list out the queries and we have to discuss with the BA. For our reference, we will maintain one sheet. There we will provide the queries, just like a notepad or Excel sheet. We'll follow different templates for each and everything, okay? How we will write the query, for which user story, which is sprint that is related to sprint 1 or sprint 2. We have the templates. We'll discuss all the templates as well. This is the first class, right? Just we have to focus on it. That's it. The detailed one we will discuss in the coming classes. Got it?
Okay.
Sir, in agile methodology, you told about there is a daily call between client and the testing team.
Not only time, the entire team will be there. Okay.
Okay. So, sir, in that call, they can improvise also, or just the update regarding the task, how much the task is completed, or they can
There,
improvise also. Say,
what need to be improvised?
no, like you told us, sir, that in first sprint zero, if we are to increase the size of finding taskbar or something like that, we need to add some more options or something like that.
Yeah,
So,
they will discuss it. If not completed, they can plan to next one. They can discuss all these things.
okay,
You are
sir.
giving your task, right? Your update. You can say that this is not completed. I have a blocker. Once the blocker is resolved, they can ask the blocker issue. Who is working on the blocker? That person responded. This will be taking 5 days, 6 days, or it will be moved to sprint one, sprint two. So there we can work like that. Then we are moving there, the task or activities like that.
Okay, sir.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు యాక్చువల్లీ మనం డెవలపర్ అనేది కోడ్ డెవలప్ చేస్తారు సార్, మనకి కోడింగ్
Yeah.
అనేది రాదు. ఇన్ కేస్ మనం కోడింగ్ కూడా నేర్చుకోవాలి, టెస్టింగ్, ఆటోమేషన్
The
టెస్టింగ్.
testers are not required to learn this code for development code. We are not writing the development. We are not developing any functionalities. In automation, we are just to speed up that the test cases we are converting into the automation scripts. Why we are converting these test cases into the automation scripts like that, we will discuss in the coming classes. We are not like a developer, application developers. We are not learning this one, development courses. Only we need to learn the course for developing the scripts, writing the programs, which I have to improve the manual testing activities. I need to speed up it. So what are the drawbacks in manual and how to overcome it? We will discuss one by one in the coming classes. We are not the developers. Okay, remember that one.
నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్ ఇన్ కోడింగ్.
Yeah. That is different and this is different. Once you learn the course, then only you can come to know that. Fine. So this is just like a demo classes. Once you are looking into that, then we will discuss more information on a daily basis. In this demo, you are not getting everything at one go, right? We'll discuss one by one in a detailed manner. There, you will clarify your queries easily. Fine. Anyone having any issues, any concerns, you can let me know. Fine. Yes. Muhammad, Pavani, Mahesh, and asking something. So everything is important, guys. We will focus on that one by one. Then you can easily survive in any company. I'll give this entire structure with the tools, how the works are assigning. Everything you will come to know that. Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll see that day-wise how we are discussing. Yes, Ramani?
Same time, na sir? Tomorrow also? Yeah.
Yeah, daily we have same time, 8:30
Yeah.
to 9:30. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
fine. So you have to get registered so that you can access it.
Sure, sir.
Thank you guys. Have a nice day.
Thank you,
See
sir.
you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.